Our second reading is titled The Power of Crowds. To start with, we see a man, and he is measuring something. This is a three-dimensional image. 3D means length, width, let's see, length times width is three-dimensional. So this is three-dimensional. This is a three-dimensional figure. So what it says for the caption is scientist Albert Lin used three-dimensional imaging. Imaging means take a picture. Three-dimensional imaging technology and crowdsourced data to search for a lost tomb. Crowdsourced data means people are helping him find information. Data means information. Crowdsourced means many people working together, and they are looking for a lost tomb. Tomb means a person who's dead, and where are they buried? That's a tomb. So let's find out about what they're looking for. Every day, people use the internet to collaborate and share information. Collaborate means work together. Today, scientists and archaeologists means a person who studies human history by digging up items buried underground. So today, scientists and archaeologists are using the power of the internet to investigate the past in a new, exciting way. The approach is known as crowdsourcing, and it involves asking the public for help with a project. So remember, I taught you last week that when I have a new term, like crowdsourcing, the next sentence always explains what it means. So crowdsourcing means asking the public for help with a project. Crowdsourcing has the potential to completely change modern archaeology. So remember, archaeology means we go down in the earth. We dig with a little shovel. So archaeology means we have a shovel and we go, here's a house, and we dig down under to find something. We dig under the earth to find something that is old. That means archaeology. So what they did is they got thousands of people to work together to find something in the earth. Crowdsourcing means the public, the people outside, the public is the people, help with a project. Crowdsourcing has the potential, the chance to completely change archaeology. So if everybody in the world is looking for something underground, we can make a lot of progress. We can find it because everyone is working together. Working together is collaborate, and crowdsourcing means everybody working together. Solving a mystery. So this is why they're doing the crowdsourcing and the collaborating. They're trying to solve a mystery. I wonder what the mystery is. Scientists in the United States and Mongolia use the internet to try to solve an 800-year-old mystery, the location of Genghis Khan's tomb. So there's the name Genghis Khan. I expect now they're going to explain Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan, explain Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan was the founder of the Mongol Empire, one of the largest empires in history. When he died in 1227, he was buried in an unmarked grave. Buried in an unmarked grave. Unmarked grave means here's the stone, here's the body, right? The person is in the ground, buried, but this one has no name. That means it's an unmarked grave. Unmarked. I don't know who he is. So all of the people are trying to find where Genghis Khan is buried. Experts believe that Genghis Khan's final resting place place means his grave. Grave is under the ground. Is somewhere near the Burkhan Khaldun, a sacred Mongolian mountain. It is a difficult place to get to and covers a huge area, so the scientists had to rely on satellite images. However, there were over 85,000 images to study, so they needed a lot of help. So here's the Earth, here's the moon, here are the stars, and a satellite is a little flying object that goes around the world and it takes pictures. So these are satellites. So we need satellites for the internet, and we need satellites for computers and telephones, and everything uses satellites. But what happened here is the satellites took pictures. They took pictures of the area where we can find Genghis Khan's tomb, but there were too many images to study. There were 85,000. One person, this fellow, this scientist, Albert Lin, he cannot study 85,000 images. So he chose to have people help him. He collaborated with the public. Public means people, and crowdsourcing means help finding a group of people to help you. So here we see a woman, she's part of the group who's analyzing the images, trying to find Genghis Khan's tomb. More than 10,000 volunteers or citizen scientists joined the search. They logged into a website and labeled landmarks on very detailed satellite images of the area. The landmarks could be roads, rivers, modern structures, or ancient structures. Participants also labeled anything that looked unusual. So she has to find, this is a river, this is a house, this is a mountain. She has to label, write the name on everything in this image. According to project leader Albert Lin, humans can often do this kind of work better than computers. What a computer can't do is look for weird things, he says. Lin's team used the information from the volunteers to decide on the best places to visit and study. The project has identified more than 50 sites that might be related to Genghis Khan's tomb. The exact location is still unknown, but Lin believes that we're getting closer to finding out this great secret. Protecting treasures. Treasures means things like gold and diamonds and old houses. Treasures, very expensive, wonderful things that are usually old. Crowdsourcing is also being used by National Geographic explorer and archaeologist Dr. Sarah Parcock. In 2017, Parcock launched Global Explorer, a citizen science project that aims to find and protect important archaeological sites using satellite images. So her project was similar to Dr. Lin's project. In particular, it protects sites from looters, people who steal ancient objects and sell them. So there's a looter is a person who steals old things and sells them. So if we take satellite images and we find treasures, we have to protect them from looters. If we don't go and find these sites, says Parcock, looters will. Looting pits are easy to spot in satellite images, so participants can look for signs of looting and illegal construction. The project launched in Peru, which has large numbers of historical sites from many different cultures. Global Explorer is designed like a game. Participants first watch online videos that teach them how to identify certain features on satellite images. They then study and flag satellite images on their own. Flag means put a check mark or put a circle around certain features, identify certain features on their own. They look at more than 250,000 square kilometers of land, broken into 100 by 100 meter tiles. Tiles is squares. Since the participants don't have professional experience, a certain number of them have to agree on the results before the data is considered useful. So they don't really know what they're doing, but if they think they found something interesting, they have to show it to their other friends or other professionals who have to agree that, yes, you found something important. Once enough volunteers say that they see the same thing, Parcock and her team will check for themselves before passing the information along to archaeologists on the ground. The players receive a score based on how accurate they are. Oh, that's interesting. So they make it like a game. They have a big piece of land. They divide it into squares. Each square is 100 by 100 meters. Then the volunteers look at the square. If they found something interesting, they ask the other volunteers what they think. If all of the volunteers agree that they found a treasure, then they tell Dr. Parcock. And then Parcock and her team check it themselves on the internet. And if they agree that they found something interesting, they give the information to archaeologists who are at the place. And then the players, the volunteers, get a score based on how accurate they are. Most people don't get to make scientific contributions or discoveries in their everyday lives, Parcock says. But we're all born explorers. We want to find out more about other people and about ourselves and our past. Now, thanks to crowdsourcing projects like Global Explorer, anyone with a computer and an internet connection can be part of a new age of discovery. Very interesting. I like this. I would love to be this kind of explorer.